when you use the word mastering, which is different from two-bus processing. Your chain is only going to be as strong as your weakest link. Hello everyone, welcome back to McSolaar TV. Hope you're having a great day. I brought back the rapid fire Q&A. So in this series of videos, I'm gonna answer your questions. Before we start, please check the info box down below for my mixing courses on Pro Mix Academy, free plugin special discounts and offers, and if you want to support the channel. But most important, if you really want to learn how to mix and master professionally, click the join button down here, become a MixBuzz TV member and access the already big and always growing library of in-depth mix and mastering courses, videos and tutorials, full mixes, breakdowns from start to finish, mastering courses with all the settings for my analog gear and plugins, special videos and a lot more. You also get mix consultations with me via Skype or email. Next question by Cider DJ. For someone who's starting to look at moving out of the box mastering, what gear would you say is the best place to start? Is there a must-have piece of gear that will be good starting point? Yes, there are several. The problem is, and people will not want to hear this, when you go mastering, when you use the word mastering, which is different from two-bus processing, your chain is only going to be as strong as your weakest link. So if you go mastering outside the box, that's gonna be expensive, because it doesn't matter if you can buy my SPL PQ equalizer. Is that a masterpiece? Of course, it's a $7.5 thousand. It's a 120 volts rail. It's an amazing equalizer, probably the best that is in the world. But if you have just that, that's not gonna do anything, because what about your DA? What about the capturing device? What you're capturing that amazing piece of gear with? What are you monitoring with? Because if you can't hear all the beautiful things that that unit does, you don't know how to tweak it. I don't want to piss on the parade, but if we're talking about two-bus processing, I can give you some things. But if you talk about mastering, everything in your chain, when you come out and you come back in, needs to be mastering grade, or you're simply better stay in the box. That's just the truth, you know. And a mastering rig, it's expensive because you need the converters, you need the monitors, you need, you know, all that before going out, and you know, that gets expensive. So because I interpret this question as a piece that I can put on a mix, so more of a two-bus process, let's not use the word mastering. I personally, right now, there are a couple of processors for two-bus that are really versatile, amazing units. One is the SSL Fusion that I have. If you have to have one box and you want a color box with multiple functions, there's a reason, because it's center bay on my desk, okay? It's a great unit, and I think that would be an absolutely safe bet to start with. For two-bus processing, can it be used in mastering? Absolutely yes. But again, your entire chain at that point needs to be in par with a mastering rig for you to benefit from another ADDA round trip, okay? Or if you master professionally, okay? Don't offer mastering services if you don't have a mastering rig, because that's, you know, it's not okay. Another piece that you can think of would be your simply your main two-bus compressor, okay? There are other color boxes out there. The Silver Bullet is one, the Portico two-bus processor, master bus processor. They're all viable, depends on your taste. I had the Silver Bullet, I like it. I think it's more for tracking or group processing than two-bus. The Master Bus from Neve Design, it's a great unit if you don't have a compressor already, because the SSL doesn't have a compressor. It's meant to leave that space for a dedicated compressor to put in insert, like I have the West Audio Mastering compressor in insert. So you could do a combination like that. That's a killer combination. You could have an analog EQ, but here we start going into the problem of, do I get a transparent analog equalizer that goes well for pretty much everything, or do I want a color equalizer? Because my API 5500 is amazing, but I wouldn't want it on every master or every mix, okay? So it has a very distinct color. So unfortunately, the hardware game, the analog game, is expensive, because yeah, to have the 5500 is amazing when it works. When it doesn't, well, I have the SPL PQ. You know, when none of the two work, well, I have the drummer. Yeah, sometimes that works better. You know, price tag, you know, it's important, especially when we talk mastering, but to a certain extent. So you see the point. I think you're better off going for something versatile, but buy right and buy once. The SSL Fusion, I think it's a great unit to have a centerpiece where to start with. It offers you several different components in it. There are some other things. For example, if you like tubes, the HG2, but again, it's tubes. It's an amazing unit. I actually like it, but sometimes the gain staging with tubes is, you know, a little bit tricky. That's why I don't really have tubes in here, although an amazing mind-blowing tube unit may or may not be on its way here, but that's for another video. The HG2 could be another good choice. I feel it's less versatile than the SSL Fusion. That would probably be a better option. Or like I said, you can go with a main 2-bus compressor, thinking that you're gonna expand further on. At the end, if you're asking the first step, it means that you're gonna take more steps and add more things. So thinking that, you know, perspective. The Neve Master Bus processor is a great unit if you don't have a compressor, but then if you're planning on buying a main 2-bus, like real badass compressor, that's gonna be redundant there, isn't it? So it's hard to advise things like this without a budget and without like a plan, unless, hey, my budget is like 50K. Well, that's no problem then. Call me and we'll find, you know, how to spend them. I hope this answered the question.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my